Udyr is broken right now because I generally think that if you are Udyr one trick, you are extremely inflated. Alright guys, are you ready? Jungle tier list. I'm just gonna rate how strong I think these junglers are in general, okay? Let's start off with Jarvan. Okay. Jarvan right now is A tier or B tier. Let's put Jarvan is around A or B tier because Jarvan is in general pretty weak, but what is strong about Jarvan is that he has a lot of options. He can be a peeler, he can be a frontliner, he can be an assassin, he can help to enable your team's strengths, he can cover extremely well, he can also permanently full clear, he can gank early. He has many ways how you can play Jarvan, and that makes the champ very strong. I would rate him in general B tier, but I would rate him A tier because if you played at least 10 or 20 Jarvan games, the champ will be pretty fine. Now let's do Wukong. Wukong, in my opinion, is underrated. I think he's still extremely strong, so I'll put him at an S or A tier. Even though he got nerfed hard, he's still broken in my opinion. So I would put him in A plus kinda. So I will put him before Jarvan. The reason why I think he's broken is because he still has an insane amount of options with his ult, with his W, with his E engage, with, for example, pressing S and fooling the enemies without having any counterplay. Now let's talk about Kha Zix. Kha Zix is extremely broken right now. Even now after the changes, this champion is very broken, and if you can play him well, you can get easily any elo you want with him. I think this champ is generally very overpowered right now and needs a hard nerf. Or items needs to get hard nerfed 100%. Kindred is around A tier. It's evenly good than Jarvan and Wukong, and if you can play them well, she's very strong. Maestro Yi right now is B tier. Maestro Yi is 48% in every single elo. The only one who plays Maestro Yi in higher elo is me. There's not a single one who can perform well with Maestro Yi in higher elo. Some master, grandmaster. Obviously, when I talk about high elo, I'm talking about low, middle, and high challenger. There's only one player. Evelynn, I think, is A or B tier. I would rate Evelynn A tier right now. I think she's still extremely strong, especially when you can play her right. The only problem we have with Evelynn here is that there's way more damage in the game, which is a big problem. Because when there's too much damage in the game, then Evelynn will get one-shot a lot. Once you see, instantly one-shot. And if the game speeds up, it's bad for Evelynn. Because even when the game is slow, which means, for example, if nobody deals insane amount of damage, she will still be able to one-shot people, but she will not get one-shot instantly always. And now she gets one-shot instant always. Gragas. Gragas is 100% broken. This champion might not have the highest win rates, but if you know some basics with Gragas, this champion is disgustingly broken because of the options he has. The fact that you can body slam into any melee without getting punished by that ever makes this champ just extremely strong. You can just poke with Q whenever someone engages you E away. And whenever someone is very close in melee range, for example, Garen tries to Q Gragas, Gragas just presses E and then walks away. E with slow or ult away, whatever it is. And there's nothing you can do against Gragas. Gragas is generally extremely broken right now, still. Even though the win rate is low. And if you want to climb, I recommend to just play at least 20-30 Gragas games until you know the basics on how to play him. And then he will become extremely strong. Especially on top lane he's broken. But I think on jungle he's still broken. But most people just have no idea how to play that. Fiddlesticks is B tier. Because people are just garbage at Fiddlesticks. I think Fiddlesticks, if you're a good one trick, it can be S tier. Even though there's so much damage in the game. But because everyone is garbage on Fiddlesticks, even most one tricks, I'll put him in B tier. Let's talk about Hecarim. Where do I put Hecarim on this tier list? I will put Hecarim on B or A tier. Because right now, he's not broken, but he's still fine. I would put him in A tier. Otherwise, people flame me way too hard. I think Hecarim is completely fine in A tier. The champ is for sure playable. He's not weak. He's not broken. And yeah, he's completely fine to one trick. in a complete fine state right now. But he's not too strong. Lee Sin is probably around B or A tier. On Lee Sin, it's just important that you know all the main mechanics. On Lee Sin, it's important to know all the insects, tricks, and tips you have. And if you mastered that, then Lee Sin will be A tier. But because you need to master that as well, I would put him in B tier. I wouldn't take him... If you're new to the jungle, I wouldn't recommend him. Because there's a lot to master. And even if you played him very well, he will only be A tier, not S tier. So I would put him in B tier. Where's Rengar? Yes, Rengar is the most broken champ right now. 55% win rate and higher elo. This champ is extremely overtuned and broken and needs a hardcore hotfix nerf. Every single one in high elo, even the one tricks, for example Pussy Poo, is saying that Rengar needs a nerf. And it's even bad for those one tricks. Like, Rengar being broken is bad for many reasons. First of all, everyone needs to ban him. Otherwise they lose the game. Secondly, if they don't ban it, they will lose the game. The third thing is, if you're one trick, you can't play him because it's banned every single game. So everyone is suffering if a champion is overbroken. And that's Rengar right now. Lillia, garbage. Let's not talk about this shit. Not a champion right now, Z tier. Ivern, I'll put him in C tier because I think he just got changes. He's fine. Nunu, if you play Nunu, you're mentally ill. Kesha EU West, for example, is the only one still has his sanity.
Yeah, now you see it, Twitch chat. Now you see it. Now you see the truth.
And still knows how to play Nunu. So if you're Kesha, Nunu goes from Z to B to A to maybe even S tier. It's not broken when Nunu plays Kesha. When Kesha plays Nunu. But he's not garbage, you know. But everyone else is just complete garbage and is mentally ill, you know. So Kesha is the only one who makes this champ viable.
Now you see it. I'm not the problem.
So I will put him in Z tier. Complete garbage. Let's put Nocturne. Where do I put Nocturne? Nocturne, if you're new to the game, I highly recommend Nocturne to play at the beginning. Nocturne is the easiest champion to start off jungle because all you do is auto-attack and Q. So basically, I would put Nocturne in A tier. He's not the strongest, but I would highly recommend to pick him up. And he can be permanently A and S tier. And if you are new to the jungle, you can even perform in carry games. Amumu is B tier, average. Camille, that's Bel Veth. Camille is Bel Veth, okay? This is a picture, this is Bel Veth. Bel Veth is S tier. Completely disgusting to play versus. If the Bel Veth knows how to play, the game is unplayable. And if you think Bel Veth is below S tier, then just you don't know how to play Bel Veth. The next thing is Diana. Where the fuck do we put Diana? I would put Diana in B tier. Why? Because even if you... Like, for example, Diana has big weaknesses. She's very vulnerable. She can't gank that well. But she has also strengths. For example, full clearing. Her strength is literally just full clearing, getting items and one-shot enemies. But even if you do that now, she still doesn't deal insane amount of damage. There's a lot of damage in the game now. And Diana, even if she full clears and gets item, will just have evenly damage as all the other junglers. So other junglers have higher advantage. For example, Maestro Yi is better than Diana. Pantheon, S tier. Pantheon is a hidden S tier champion. And you can ask Spearshot in this position. Spearshot would put Pantheon in broken tier list. Everyone should start abusing Pantheon. This champion is hiddenly OP. If you're gold and you struggle, pick up Pantheon. Tomorrow you're diamond. Just because you touch the champion. Slightly touch it. Maybe, I don't know, cuddle with it a bit and instantly you're diamond. Okay? That easy. Pantheon is the champion that will make it work. Ekko. Ekko, I will put in B tier. Simply not that strong. Even if you know how to play him very well. Simply not that strong. Can be strong at A tier if you know all his strengths. But he is simply not that strong, as I said. There are champions that do the same damage and has the same possibilities, which are just more impactful and more pressuring. Because Ekko is not pressuring that much. Once you press W, you can just... I'll avoid his W and then he's not really a pressure. Okay, Nidalee, well, I will put B tier or A tier. I think Nidalee, okay, actually Nidalee is exactly the same as Ekko. Exactly the same position as Ekko is. I wouldn't touch Nidalee right now. I think she needs a small buff or like a small item change, and then she gets from B tier to S tier. And that's very instant for Nidalee. But right now, there are just other champions which do the same. And Nidalee, because of the current meta, just gets one-shot way too quick. Alright, Elise, my beloved Elise. This disgusting champion. I never want this champ to be strong again. It's Z or B tier. Most likely it's gonna be B tier because it's still playable. Especially when you're like a player like Algorin, it's instantly broken. But I would rate it like B tier. Yeah, I would rate it B tier. Because she, even if you don't know exactly how to play her, or even if you know how to play her, she's always like useful. Because you can tower dive and stuff. Okay, Graves, right now S tier. Way too strong. Has insane amount of damage. Very impactful. Jax is not a jungler. D tier. Kaktus. Kaktus is B tier. Same with those. He's better than these 3 shit champs. Kayn is, I think, A tier. I think Kayn is fine, but probably more like B tier. Because Kayn, the problem on Kayn is, again, he first needs to get his form. And all the champions have damage right now. So, for example, Graves is, even if Kayn has form, Graves is still very strong in comparison to Kayn. For example, Rengar, Kha Zix, they're all strong when Kayn gets strong as well, but they are strong before that as well. Before Kayn has form. Taliyah is C tier, not that strong right now. Can get invaded pretty quickly. Sylas is C, A tier. I think Sylas jungle is still okay. Not that strong because he's just very vulnerable to ganks. Shaco. Okay, let's do Shaco. So Shaco is C tier. I think Shaco is garbage. I think Shaco needs a buff. This is for all the Shaco one tricks out there. Do you agree Shaco needs a buff? Question mark. Because I think Shaco is one of the hardest champions to play right now because he's so weak. And only if you're a player like Chase Shaco. I've played against Chase Shaco in NA already one time. And he was literally smurfing the living shit out of me. And I was like, holy shit. This is the first Shaco I really know how to play it very well. But I know a few who can play them. And then they can make Shaco be an A tier. But the champ just overall is just garbage. Rammus, garbage. Karexai, B tier. Malphite, garbage. Nasus, garbage. Olaf. So, Olaf is B tier. Because on Olaf you can easily full Kindred this gank. So you are fine to go. You're really, really fine to go with Olaf. With Olaf you can always, like, even if the champ is not strong, that's strong right now, you can just Q red buff, Q cracks, Q chickens, auto E, walk to wolves, do the same. Very, 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 very easy. All the jungle camps cleared. You go to Scuttle. Very, very easy. Olaf is a fine champion. You just full clear into full clear. And with Ghost and Q, you find situations. Skarner, dog shit. Kiana, B tier. Only a few players like Davemon can make him A tier. Okay? Twitch. Twitch jungle. Vi. I will put him B tier. I think Vi is pretty okay. Always playable. Xin, B or... Xin is actually A tier. Vi is also like B, A tier. I'll put her in A tier. Zac is garbage. Is he garbage? Is Zac garbage? I think Zac is okay, Z tier. Warwick is complete garbage. What is this shit? No, B tier. Now Udyr. Udyr, I think Udyr is B tier right now. But now I'm doing something which you will probably see only on shorts, guys. Because I want to trigger these disgusting Udyr players. Because Udyr is disgusting. I think Udyr is broken right now. Because I generally think that if you are Udyr one trick, you're extremely inflated. That's it. And now they are tilted, and now we put them back on B tier. Well, let's get it. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, listen. Volibear? Yeah, I mean, Volibear needs a small buff, then he's S, A tier, but right now it's just B tier, complete garbage. Trundle? Ugh! Where the fuck do we put Trundle? I think Trundle is C tier. But if you're good, it's maybe B tier. Okay, Shyvana is dog shit right now. Set, what is this? Why is Set in the jungle tier list here? I will put Set in D tier. And Sejuani is also not that strong. Okay, that's the tier list, guys. What do you guys think? The most crazy tier list. Okay, Talon. I'm just rating Talon so you guys have your Talon. Let's say Set is Talon, okay? Let's say this is Talon. Where do we put Talon? We are gonna put Talon in B tier. Yeah, B tier. Talon is B tier because he simply, because again there's too much damage in the game. He will get burst one pretty quickly. He will still have enough burst, so more damage for Talon is also bad. Same for Master Yi. And Talon is still playable, but you need to be very good at him. And if you're not good at him, you will suffer. And if you're good at him, he will be pretty okay. We need Poppy. Poppy is in jungle A tier. Okay, this is my tier list. If you have different opinions, I don't care.